with you?
No, we're in the pre-show now.
Yeah,
this is
now
not
you
the
can
show,
share on the
everyone.
actual.
This is the pre-show.
Oh yeah, the pre-show.
This is when I go to. There it was. There was your alert.
This is when everybody finally shows up.
This is when I go to the.
I need the link for this. Here.
It's on the Outright Geekery page, brother. No, we're in the pre-show now. See, there it goes. The pre-show.
Okay. Yeah, the pre.
I hate it when it does that, but there's no way around it. No way around it. So what else?
You could just not do it.
We're talking about bread, everyone, banana bread, and how it's not actually bread; it's just cake.
No,
I think you were talking about that.
We were talking about that. I was talking about, like, my mother. She's on a bread breaking spree, and today she made bread baking spree. She made like 6 loaves of zucchini bread.
And I love my vegetables in bread form.
And
it's cake. It's basically cake, dude.
Is that the only way you eat your vegetables?
No, I eat vegetables.
Only if they're carbs.
But we got to talking about banana bread and how bread is, like Gaumer said, bread is basically cake. And what would you put with banana bread? And I was like, peanut butter. Peanut butter and banana bread sandwich.
Perfect choice.
Is a good choice.
You and Elvis.
Maybe Nutella. Some kind of chocolate.
You put
bread.
Nutella on anything, though.
Nut butters.
Listen to you, nut butters.
What's a good fruit that goes with banana? Strawberry. So strawberry jelly, strawberry jam.
Man, this guy, he is all over it.
He's just thinking logically, man. I mean, what do you eat with these things?
You're making me hungry. What do you put on zucchini bread then, genius?
I don't think you would put much on zucchini bread.
You could put like a vegetable, like dip.
Maybe tzatziki.
I don't know what that is.
Tzatziki is cucumber.
Tzatziki. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
cucumber. It's like a cucumber dip.
You put it in the gyros.
Yeah, you put them in the gyros.
Delicious. You're killing me. God, I'm hungry. You're killing me.
Maybe some pickled red onions.
Well, you could make like a jelly out of that.
Yeah, you could make a jelly out of that.
That's a great thing about jelly.
You can make. I have some jelly cactus.
Cactus jelly.
Yeah, my dad got it when they went to Arizona.
Interesting.
Sounds terrible. I'm sorry, that sounds disgusting.
What does cactus jelly taste like?
Have you ever had aloe vera juice?
No, God, no.
No.
It tastes kind of like that.
I've accidentally licked my hands after putting aloe vera on sunburn.
Aloe vera juice kind of tastes like grape juice to me, but they've got like the fibrous bits of the aloe vera. It's really good for digestion, and it's also like chock full of vitamin C.
You're chock full of vitamin C.
I know.
You don't think anybody will watch that garbage? Some people will watch anything, Scarlett.
She's so right. Oh, we're starting the show.
We're starting the show.
Starting the show.
Starting
That's
the
usually
show.
what the theme music means, Gaumer.
Bread Wars. Bread Wars is over. Thanks for hanging out already, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for joining us as we discuss our bread choices.
Our baking podcast.
Our baking podcast. Outright Bakery.
Baking.
Outright Bakery. Holy shit, David. You just blew my mind. You just blew my freaking mind. We're doing it. We're doing it. Greetings, geeks. Welcome back to This Geek in Comics. Outright Geekery's comic book shit talk show.
Comic book shit talk show. My neck is freakishly large.
Oh my god.
That's a little Alex
really
Jones for you.
Scared everybody away.
Yeah, probably.
Come on. Alex Jones is so 2019. I am your co-host Gaumer, and with me as always, Adam Normal and AKADavid. I don't care. Just what's up, guys?
Hi.
Nothing much, man.
What a great long weekend.
Yeah,
it's still a long weekend for me. I don't have to work tonight. Yay.
Yeah, I'm off tomorrow myself. I took Monday off. 4 days.
You guys suck. I have to go to work tomorrow.
Oh, don't be a hater.
Oh, it's fine. You guys enjoy.
Fireworks, no leaving the house, lots of scotch. Perfect weekend. I'm sorry.
Scotch. I love scotch.
I should be drinking scotch
right now.
It would make the show so much better.
It would.
Alas, what's going on? I bought Rung. I pre-ordered Rung. They got a new action figure of one of my favorite Transformers ever, Rung. It's very complicated, and it's really impossible to tell everyone how awesome he is without spoiling like 80 plus issues of comic books. So I'm not even going to attempt to do it. Just trust me. If you've ever been a Transformers fan, you should read those IDW comics and learn to love Rung just like
he's probably, you know, the most important Transformer.
See, now that's too much of a spoiler. It kind of is. Anything you say about Rung outside of, he's just a psychiatrist who helps out on a shit full of misfits is a spoiler because he's so damn awesome.
Tell me about your father.
Yeah, that's basically
he does do that. Yeah,
he does do that. Yeah. So that's what I did. And again, I scotched and watched Karate Kid 1 and 2 Friday night, Thursday night. Some blur this weekend. I've been drunk all weekend, so one of the blurs from this weekend was that movie.
Wax on, wax off.
Yeah, man.
Oh, dude, my kid. Oh man, he was like, "Oh yeah, this movie's just casually racist as hell, isn't it, Dad?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you ruined it for me." Because Mr. Miyagi's all talking about himself in the third person, all stereotypical. You know, oh my gosh, I was so like, dude, you're ruining it. You're so ruining it.
You're ruining it with your 2020 eyes.
Yeah, but I push.
That's the problem. That's the problem with a lot of the movies that we enjoyed as children today. They are racist as fuck now.
They are. Whatever.
You can't.
How we learn.
But in the second one, he goes to Japan. So
yeah,
it's even more racist.
Is it? I haven't seen that one in forever.
A crazy, weird way, dude. Nobody acts like that. They're like Klingons with the fucking honor. These guys. No way it's gonna be like that. Dude.
Kapla.
It really. Now they yell, "Oh hey, Kapla! Hey, Kapla, how are you?"
Yes.
So that's what I did. What else? Anybody else do anything? If you're in the chat, say hi. We're gonna talk about our favorite comic books of the week later. So we got the news coming up. But if you got favorite comic books, drop them in the chat, and we will. If we read them,
we'll tell you.
We'll talk about them,
and if they suck or not.
Yeah, we'll let you know how terrible you are for reading comics. What did you guys do? What's new in the world of the co-hosts? Because that's the first segment.
Man, nothing much, dude. I mean, I celebrated the holiday, had a nice cookout with the family. We all stayed a nice, respectable distance away from each other.
Nice.
But had some nice hot dogs and hamburgers.
Yeah, we did that here at my house as well.
Yeah,
just me and the kid. I have a deer that's living in my backyard somehow.
Give it some chocolate.
Oh, it's not somehow, man. They're all over the place. It's illegal to feed the deer here, man.
It is. That's exactly what I was about to say. It's not only illegal to feed the deer here, it's actually a bigger fine than if you shoot one. Believe it or not.
Out of sea, yeah, because
you're not allowed to shoot a gun in the city limits. What I'm
not talking about shooting a deer. I'm talking about feeding a deer because they would
feeding one is
baiting it.
Exactly, is considered baiting it. And that's worse in city codes. I know it's weird. It should be a bigger fine to fire a gun in city limits, but it's not. So I love that we're not doing anything. I'm a big fan of doing nothing. Everyone hates me. Everyone's like, "Oh, well, you didn't like to do anything." I know, so I'm not really all that put out.
Gaumer is surprisingly comfortable with this.
Quarantine works for me.
I am too for the most part, man. I've just been rewatching old movies all the time.
Reading old comics.
Yeah,
my kids are home all the time.
I've been reading a lot more. I've been reading books, not just comics.
Jeez,
I mean,
without pictures.
I know, it's crazy.
Whoa.
It is. I picked up
the show. Anyone who's in the chat, share out the show. We only got like.
I picked up 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. So. Nice. So what's going on with you, David? Anything?
Nothing exciting to report. Just
boring.
Working and keeping my distance from people as best I can.
Dude, we should have been doing this all the time. People are terrible. I don't want to be anywhere near those people. I'm just kidding. All right, are we getting into? I should probably. Sorry.
Get into the news.
Yeah.
This is a great segue.
Sorry. Talk about the news.
What is
TGIC news.
going on with this? The cue cards have dropped again. Okay.
Dude, what?
Oh man, what? Oh, come on.
All right. It's
We're going
just
all out of
refreshed.
order.
It's refreshed.
Anything you guys want us to talk about if you're in the chat? First, share the show out real quick. If you're on Facebook, just
maybe you drop the cue cards less if you use real cue cards instead of
actual
your digital
index
ones.
cards.
Yeah.
All righty. So we're just gonna go.
We went past that.
We're gonna go past that. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. First bit of news. I'm going into this 100% blind. I have no idea what we're talking about.
All righty. Johnny, who's our next contestant on Play Stupid Games, Win Stupid Prizes?
Oh, we have another round of comic book creator sexual misconduct bingo.
Woohoo!
Who do we have on our cards this week, gentlemen? David, go ahead and ring out the next square.
All right.
On sexual misconduct bingo.
All right. If you have Scott Lobdell.
Oh, I did not have Scott Lobdell on my card.
Mostly because most people forgot about him.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was doing a book until I heard he was getting kicked off of a book.
Yeah,
it's funny because I heard he was getting kicked off of the book first, The Red Hood and the Outlaws.
Yeah.
Before I heard that he did a sexual misconduct thing. And I said, man, I bet he did a sexual misconduct thing. Well, and then boom, then it goes. I'm like, oh, of course.
Boom. Okay, so on June 30th, Scott Lobdell posted on Instagram, I believe, that he was stepping away from Red Hood and the Outlaws, effective issue number 50, which comes out in October, which I'm not sure because of the whole COVID situation if that's still October or not.
Oh, probably.
But he said, while I'm profoundly grateful for the last 10 years on a book telling the story of a tragically flawed man in search of redemption, I depart certain that my vacancy will be filled by a dynamic new voice.
I already hate his apology because it
equates the hero to himself.
Exactly.
Yes, he's tragic.
Oh, dude, you got it immediately.
He's put himself in Jason Todd's place.
Yeah, in the place of the victim. Listen, a madman dressed as a clown did not kick your ass with a crowbar, Scott Lobdell, okay? You are kind of a scumbag. What exactly was he accused of doing?
He was accused by Tess Fowler of grooming.
I totally believe Tess Fowler. 100%. Everything.
This is not the first time he's been accused of sexual harassment.
That's the big deal. That's the big deal there.
Back in 2013,
offenses.
He had a prior offense. And then somebody accused him last year, right as the hype for the Flash Forward series came into people's fears.
And that's the thing, man. It's women, more than one coming out.
Well, the thing
on a single person.
The thing is that Tess Fowler came out, and it's the tweet may have been pulled down. Okay, here it is.
Oh, found it. He found it. Share the show out if you're in the chat. Let us know.
When I was young, Scott was helping me, in quotes, get started in comics with scripts, etc. He also came to my work to watch me without introducing himself and told me I should go on a foreign con with him so he could tie me up and abuse me.
Yeah, that's pretty
creepy.
Graphic.
That's pretty creepy.
Yeah, that's not okay.
And then Alex DeCampi.
I don't even feel comfortable saying that to my wife.
Alex DeCampi.
No, I'm just kidding.
Chimed in.
We're fucking freaks.
Alex DeCampi chimed in that she had a very similar experience with Scott Lobdell. It says here that Scott tried this with me too. I shut him down, and as recently as a year ago, he tried it with a young female artist I know. She approached me and said, "I think I'm being groomed." I replied, "Yep, you are, and welcome to Blocksville population, that guy."
Wow.
So this basically opened the floodgates for accusations with Scott Lobdell.
Well, good. I'm very glad that sort of thing is happening.
And
fuck that guy. Get him out of comics.
There is consequences to this.
Go ahead.
There is a further consequence. It said here that the publisher, I'm bringing it up right here, covered for him. let's see who.
Oh my gosh,
Ooh,
the
DC?
publisher,
Bob Harris. Bob Harris, DC's editor-in-chief, continued to employ Lobdell after harassment allegations were made public 7 years ago, and who reportedly shielded noted serial harasser Eddie Berganza for years, may face some sort of repercussion for this. So there might be some internal changes at DC coming.
They could use some internal changes in DC. That's
they definitely need it.
Need some editorial help in that, but a great story.
It's just a mess.
It is. It's the same thing. All right. I don't know. I almost have bingo. 2 more creators.
All right. Well, we'll keep an eye out for that.
Yeah. Let's play this again. Next news story.
Funko has announced San Diego Comic-Con 2020 exclusives.
Do you have pictures or anything?
I have pictures. Actually, I shared a picture on the chat.
Should I share your screen?
Yeah, but they can't see the chat.
Yeah, they can't see the chat.
Well, you can pull it up on that screen, yes.
Do you want me to share? You have to share your screen.
Let's not worry about that on the fly.
Oh, okay. He's like, you'll see my Pornhub tabs open.
Yes, you will.
I don't want you to see that. Well, what do they got? Then explain to us what sort of Funko. I hate it because they're exclusives. Can we talk about toy exclusives for a second?
Please, let's talk about
because this week was a huge kick in the balls for people who wanted to collect toys. All thanks to Hasbro and freaking Walmart. Hasbro announced a Back to the Future crossover with Transformers with a transforming DeLorean. Walmart exclusive. It didn't work. You went to the Walmart website and it was overrun. But when you went to eBay, there were hundreds of these things for sale for 5 and 10 times what they were going for. Why? Because Walmart allows bots to go on their website and purchase stuff. I don't know if you remember, they had this with tickets when Ticketmaster was first a thing, and Ticketmaster put things in to stop that from happening. That's bullcrap, dude. That's bullshit. Walmart needs to fix that. I had my eye on one of those damn things, and I couldn't get my hands on one. So I'm all down on these exclusives. And the only reason I say that, I'm okay with con exclusives. If you're going to a place, that's a little different.
Like if you're going to someplace special, to like a special event or something like that, that makes sense, right?
That's your reward for traveling.
It really is an exclusive.
Exactly. But in this case, David, that you're about to talk about, these pops, the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives have now basically turned into store exclusives. Am I right or wrong?
Well, the store exclusives have been a thing for most Comic-Cons. San Diego, New York City, Emerald City. It's been a thing for years.
But those toys are only available at the con.
No.
You can't get them online.
You can get them at the
store. Not until after the fact.
No, you can get them during the conventions. You can get them at the store, on site at the store. Cool. It's been like that for several years.
Okay. I'll take it back.
But yeah, they pretty much have listed off quite a few exclusives here. We have.
If you're in the chat, share out. Let us know what comics you're reading. We're gonna talk about comics later. I promise.
We have a Black Lightning from the DC CW show.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that show.
That's gonna be exclusive to the virtual con that they are having for San Diego Comic-Con. That's the only one that I can tell you right now that's going to be exclusive to the virtual convention that they're having.
No, well, how's that going to work? They're going to drop a link where you can go buy this thing?
Very most likely, yes. It's going to be the Funko Shop will have one.
I'm definitely watching that.
There's like 5 Ron Burgundy pops.
I did see those. Yeah, those are cool. There's
the San Diego Comic-Con mascot. There's 2 of them. I'm not sure what he's called.
That's the toucan.
The toucan. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they have
his name's Sam. Toucan Sam.
Follow your nose.
Follow your nose to the state.
Follow your nose.
All H.
Amazon's going to have the evil version of Captain Marvel and one of those Sith rocket troops from last Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, it's okay.
The one that's really interesting that really took me by surprise was Best Buy's.
Well, what is it? Don't hold us in.
Yeah,
Damn, you're like having this long pause of suspense.
That was the reason why I paused. For you critters out there, this is Vexelia on a broom, her flying broom. So this is
any of the words you just said.
Vexelia was the character that Laura Bailey played on Critical Role during the first season of the Mighty Nine.
They got a whole string of those coming out now, from what I've heard.
But this is the first. Pops. This is the first one I've seen. This is seen anything about. We have FYE is going to have an Iron Silent Bob from the Jay and Silent Bob reboot movie.
I saw that.
Which looks pretty cool. GameStop's got like the Batman Returns, or not Batman Returns. The one Batman with George Clooney in it.
Batman and Robin.
That one.
Yeah, maybe they've got Batman and Robin. Batman Forever. No, Batman Forever, I think, is the
Batman Forever's Val Kilmer.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
But they're going to have the Arnold Schwarzenegger Mr. Freeze.
Freeze.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
The Ice Age.
We have Tails and Sonic in their golden form.
Yeah, that's okay.
We have a Flock to Vulpix from Pokemon.
You're gonna have to get cooler, man.
We have
You're boring me.
We've got what looks.
I wish you had pictures.
I wish. Well, I did put a picture up in the chat. If you can pull that and show it.
Nah, we're good. We're good.
We have a 10-inch thing. Ben Grimm, zombie Ben Grimm.
Oh yeah, no,
that's pretty cool.
Everybody needs a 10-inch thing.
Adam's favorite is the Walgreens exclusive, the Wolverine Origins Deadpool.
That's lame. That's so
I don't know if that's my favorite.
It's so
I just think it's funny that Walgreens has an exclusive Funko Pop.
they do, man.
They have
exclusive TF sometimes. It's so weird, dude.
Yeah, Walgreens had Ratchet.
Yeah, it's so weird, dude. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't get it. I hate exclusive shit like that. I hate it.
Now, this one here there's like only one store I know about, and they do a lot of online business, but Toy Tokyo is going to have a few. And the one I'm most interested in is the Clawful from Masters of the Universe. And there's a second Masters of the Universe figure, and I'm thinking it's from the New Adventures. And I don't recognize the character.
These are Motu Pops?
Yeah, Motu Pops.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Entertainment Earth has got Ra's al Ghul and an Invader Zim Pop. Hot Topic.
I hate how you call him Ra's.
Ra's al Ghul.
Just saying.
What's wrong with Ra's?
I'm not a fan of that pronunciation of the character's name.
Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul. Where's the Ra's al Ghul from? Which version?
It may be the Batman animated series because there's also
animated is Ra's. That's what they say in the animated.
That's right. He's right. Then that's one of the reasons I was asking, but also because Ra's al Ghul looks different every time you see his ass. And it depends on what he's in.
This one looks like
sometimes he looks like Liam Neeson. Sometimes looks like Qui-Gon Jinn.
This one looks like a green Doctor Strange.
Yeah, that's probably animated.
Target's going to have the Cyborg Batman. Or not Cyborg Batman, Cyborg Superman.
Yeah.
Superman and Stan Lee's Hugh Hefner.
You can't do a Cyborg Batman because he'd be better than Batman.
There is a Cyborg Batman, ain't there?
I know. He's terrible. He's way better than Batman.
Hot Topic's got Nightcrawler. I don't know what evolution or power level this Goku is.
Oh, come on, man.
It's the one with the purplish red hair. It's a god level. There's like new levels that I don't even know about. There's like
you gotta know the levels.
And then there's what's his name? The kid with the exploding arms from My Hero Academia. The asshole. The blonde-haired asshole.
I can't help you with that.
Okay.
And then my favorite is one of the Walmart exclusives. We have a Marty McFly. I'm not sure who this Recyclops is from The Office, maybe?
That's from The Office, yeah.
And then the Fortnite pop of Ripley, which was in Chapter 2, Season 1 as one of the exclusive skins you got in the Battle Pass.
My gosh, you know so much stuff about stuff that I hate so much. Fortnite and Dragon Ball Z. Oh my gosh.
Sorry. That's why you have me. That's why you have me around.
It's true.
Because that way I can talk excitedly about shit you don't care about.
There's your pops on the way, guys. Your pops are on the way.
Pops are
Get
on
those. They're
the
exclusives.
way.
They're exclusives. All right, you got more news?
I have more news.
Hopefully it's some comic book.
It's comic book news.
Related news.
So after 30 years, Dark Horse Comics is losing the license to Predator and Aliens.
It's true.
They are moving to Marvel Comics.
And Prometheus. Everyone forgets about Prometheus.
They don't cover Prometheus in the article, and the Prometheus comics are just extensions of Predator versus Aliens.
So, all right, we knew this was coming. Who owns Aliens and Predator?
Fox.
Who now owns Fox?
Disney
is not going to sublet their characters to Dark Horse. They are going to want those characters under their own.
Why would they not want to put the Predator in the Marvel universe?
And they're not doing that right away. It's coming.
They won't do that right away.
I think they should do. I think
quicker than I thought it would.
I think they should do like the one shots like they had like Batman versus Predator.
Though that was so bad though.
The first series was really good.
It was okay. Batman, Superman versus Aliens and Predators it's so bad, and I love it so much, but it's so terrible, dude. You know the worst thing about this thing for me, about this Predator and Alien thing?
What?
No more Archie crossovers.
That would be bad. That is bad.
The Archie crossovers.
Archie crossover was actually pretty good.
They are really good.
Yeah, because Marvel and Disney don't like to play outside their sandbox.
Well, I don't blame them. They don't have to. Their sandbox is badass.
They own
don't
the
need any other help. Yeah, it's a gold sandbox. They got gold nuggets.
Well, there goes our chances for Alien versus Transformers and Transformers versus Predator.
We don't want to see that.
I didn't really want to see that anyway.
Dude, a Decepticon that transforms into a Predator ship.
Well, that might be okay, but we never got our Enterprise that changes into, or our Cybertronian Enterprise.
Oh, man.
From that crossover, damn it! I wanted that.
No, we didn't.
Those buttholes.
But yes, they are moving the franchises to Marvel.
We got a comment. Aliens and Predators. We got Eli up in there from the Geek Sabs and the Comic Book Bullies. Check them out. Our Flash podcast.
Yeah. I do agree.
He's absolutely right.
They definitely
did. I agree because these are rated R franchises, and Disney does not handle rated R very well.
Would be treated PG-13 over at Disney. I mean,
and the comics especially. PG-13. The comics, dude. Just the last issue of series, a Predator literally cut the head off of a father in front of his son. And I mean, it was on panel. It wasn't one of these little shifts where, it happens off panel. No, it was. And
the Predator versus the Predator and Alien series are very graphically violent.
Okay, Aliens, to even have an alien on a ship, right? It has to burst out of someone's chest in bloody gore and awesomeness. We're not going to see that. The mouse, he's not going to do that.
You'll see it. It just won't be as
it'll burst out. It'll burst out of Deadpool. And then Deadpool will regenerate. Or it'll burst out of Wolverine, and Wolverine will regenerate.
And then we'll get mutant aliens.
Mutant aliens. Well, I don't
want that.
Well, it's like rebooting the Star Wars franchise because there's a lot of history with the Dark Horse stuff. And
all that's gone. All that's gone.
All of it's gone.
Yeah. And anyway, it's not really the same. The expanded universe at Star Wars was so much more than just comics. It
was novels.
Predators and Aliens do have novels, as far as I know, but they don't have anything to do with the movies or the comics, and vice versa. One does not impact the other, so it's a little bit different. Good news though this week, David.
Thank you.
You're really killing it.
I did. I actually had other stories just in case.
I did. Listen to him. I did. Oh, you want to do more? We'll do more. Hold on.
We can.
Hold on, hold on. We'll just do more news. Let's just keep going with the news. To hell with it. Books this week sucked anyway.
Oh, man. You brought this to my attention, actually, when you had the link that showed the D&D removal of the Oriental Adventures.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, there was a gentleman named Orion Black who made a post on Twitter, stating that he was no longer working at Wizards of the Coast D&D group.
Yeah.
He pretty much spoke about internal strifes and how, we like over the last couple of weeks, Wizards has put out these postings about trying to be more show more diversity and addressing racial insensitivities and such.
Yeah. Yeah.
And pretty much the gist of what Orion wrote was that it's just lip service, because he was brought on as a contractor who thought that he was going to help bring about positive change, and it didn't happen. And he talked about his some of his ideas that he presented being stolen, and then later presented as somebody else's ideas, and that the promotion process at Wizards is very biased.
Okay.
Showing that he didn't necessarily say that he was up for a promotion or anything, but he said that there were two less qualified white men that got the positions, and one of them openly admitted that he didn't know what he was doing.
Oh, wow. And
he said that when he came to work for Wizards, that he had hoped to bring a level of diversity and inclusion to D&D, and that after 3 years, he feels that he's failed and he cannot work at Wizards any longer.
Wow. So how does Oriental Adventures come into this? Because that's racist as hell.
Oriental Adventures, the information that I was looking at is that basically it's a PDF. It's not sponsored by Wizards of the Coast.
Okay.
It's a PDF.
I had that at one time.
It's a PDF that's been posted, and there was the gentleman who raised the issues about it has basically like 26 hours of videos where he addresses line by line. Almost.
In the book. How terrible it is.
Oh, and that led down to the rabbit hole that eventually brought my attention to Orion Black. There's a whole movement right now about firing a creative director at the D&D division of Wizards because
I did not know that it went this deep.
He docked somebody.
Leave it to Detective David to figure it out for you,
right?
Man.
David's like, I got
digging
this.
deep into it.
And then there's also it's a whole lot of other just issues that are coalescing into this movement that I'm seeing, where there are people that are saying that we should boycott D&D.
No, I don't know if that's a good idea.
There are people that are.
It's not D&D. It's not D&D itself, not the game itself.
There's people.
The gist of it is that Wizards' internal policies are harmful to diversity, and there are other games that could use some focus on
buying new
product.
D&D stuff.
Yeah,
exactly.
Product.
Still play your old D&D product. Don't let them ruin it
don't
for
boycott
you.
the whole game itself, because the game teaches good things. It teaches teamwork. It teaches interacting with people, communication.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, dude. You're right.
The game itself teaches all of the good qualities that this guy obviously lacks.
Exactly. It's like throwing the baby out with the bathwater, dude.
But you're bringing my attention to the Oriental Adventures. Kind of put me down this rabbit hole.
Wow.
And
I'm sorry.
There's a whole gist of a whole movement that's basically let's not buy D&D, let's boycott D&D, but let's try to focus on other RPGs that are out there that are just as good.
That's fair.
Yeah, there's tons of RPGs out there.
No shit. All right, you guys
They're all over the place.
Do reviews?
Yeah, let's do reviews.
Sure. Let's dive right into it.
Top 3. I don't think there's anybody in the chat, but hey, if you got a favorite comic book,
and they're in the chat.
You got a favorite comic?
Hi, Eli.
Week, let us know.
What's your favorite comic, Eli?
There was nothing out this week, man.
Nah, man, this week was like a barren wasteland.
Who wants to go first? Do I go first? Am I supposed
I'll
to
go first.
Yeah, go first. Ooh,
David said I should go first.
All right.
I'll go first.
Okay,
you
go
first.
You go
All right,
first.
I'll go first. My number 3 book of the week. Well, first, very slim pickings this week, like we said. What the hell are these publishers doing? Okay? Come on. we're either going to shit or get off the pot here when it comes to putting out freaking comic books. Put out some damn comic books.
Well, like they knew how many books they had already printed, and they knew where the cutoff point was going to be. You think they would have spread them out a little bit more?
I don't get it. I don't understand. Why are they not ready with some top quality books to spit out? It's ridiculous, dude. Anyway,
they made all this fuss. They made all this fuss to get to start printing again. Why is nothing printed?
Exactly. Come on, guys. My number 3 book this week is a book called Unprecedented on Image Comics, and it's just classic political cartooning at its best. I'll throw up some images. There we go. There's Kieran Dwyer.
Oh, there you go.
A little bit of it's dated. We still got Kellyanne. No one picks on her anymore.
Oh, they picked on her last week.
Yeah, I know. We got Exxon. Just your typical. And again, it's a super light week, y'all. Blah blah man, like La La Land. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty funny. Let me see if I can find another one. Here's one.
Why is this jack-o'-lantern dancing on the Constitution?
Yeah, Time Prison of the Year. Yeah, it's funny. Here, this is a very creative one.
I like that.
This is a creative one with the Twitter.
That's really cool.
That's really good. And they sort of wane and wax depending on your political leaning. Like here's one like Punch a Nazi, Punch Hard. That's pretty ingenious. That's pretty funny. And
it's like definitely
that's definitely supposed to be Captain America.
That may actually be copied from the Captain America cover.
Oh yeah, yeah. But pretty cool. Again, Kieran Dwyer is the artist. This is like a $20 hardcover. If this is your leaning, this is going to look good sitting on your table. I know it's funny. It's hilarious. That's what I'm saying. And I don't care which way you lean, whatever. It's freaking politics. It's supposed to be freaking funny. Anyway, that's my number 3 book of the week, David.
Awesome.
You want to go? Is David going next?
Yes.
Because Adam goes last.
I have an honorable mention.
Go ahead with your honorable mention first.
All-American Comic number 1.
That's actually my number 2 pick.
I'll let you talk about it then for your number 2 pick.
All right.
But I like
3 pick.
My number 3 pick is Devil's Highway number 1.
See, I totally skipped that, dude.
That was my number 1 pick.
Oh wow, man, we are all over the place.
Actually, no, that was my number 2 pick. I'm sorry.
This is a Benjamin Percy, Brent Schoonover. This kind. I thought AWA was supposed to be like a shared universe, but this doesn't feel like it's part of that.
No.
It does not at all. It does not feel like it's connected to anything.
There's like a humanoids thing that Mark Waid's doing over at a publisher.
Well, I thought like Resistance and Red Border and
nope.
But this one, we have a murder at a diner.
A murder.
And then the daughter of the diner owner shows up to investigate the murder, and she's tracking down clues, looking at the crime scene, beating up a gas station attendant to look at video.
That scene was pretty funny too. I really like the script in that scene.
That was pretty good.
Did some good jokes. Yeah,
they did some pretty good jokes. And it's got I don't know if it's got kind of a supernatural bent to it or a culty bent.
It sounds like it does. Devil's Highway.
It's Devil's Highway.
It's very heavy on the horror vibe.
It's very heavy on the horror, and there's only like one thing, kind of very Silence of the Lambs like. But I'll save that so Adam can talk about that.
Well, we can talk about it now, and then we can get through his.
There is probably a little bit of a Silence of the Lamb thing because she is hunting the hunter, but the killer. But the killer is also subtly hunting her as well, and he does this thing where he's talking to her in the camera, even though she can't. She's in the video, so she can't talk back to him. But they're definitely building up some sort of relationship. They're going to try to
crazy
between Victor and
no,
her.
it's about a truck driver serial killer.
My main problem with this book, though, is that I think the main character is probably a little bit too much of a badass, in my opinion. I don't really have any any concern that she will find this guy. She seems very capable.
She seems like the comic book version of the girl with the dragon tattoo.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
But did you read the notes from the creators in the back?
No, I did not.
They kind of based the story around the smiley face killers, where the FBI and other law enforcement agencies believe that truck drivers that they're in the truck driving population, that there are active serial killers that travel the country, and the story,
that's the best way to do it.
The story that they're presenting is a serial killer who's a truck driver. So there are bodies bodies being found across the country with very similar telltale signs.
Oh, I see.
But the book, the art was really well done, and
the art was really good.
I thought the pacing of it was pretty good.
Man, I should have read this. I thought
terrible. The story was probably a little like I've read stories similar to this before, so I knew where it was kind of going. But I do think the pacing was really well done. I like some of the jokes in the script. The art was fantastic. So I'm still in on this book
I'm on board.
For the 5 issues.
Nice. Cool.
And that is my number 3 pick of the week.
Is it my turn for number 2?
Yes,
I guess so, since David and I shared 3.
All America Comics. It's a one-shot over at Image. That's weird. For lots of reasons. Joe Casey, Destin Nguyen. This is a direct ripoff of America Chavez.
It is.
Comics. I mean,
there's no getting around that. There's no getting around that.
It's the same creative team too, so it doesn't really matter. But it's
creating themselves off. They're ripping themselves off.
It's really perfect.
I think this is the story they wanted to tell with American Chavez that they couldn't tell.
Yeah. Her name in this is America Vasquez.
Yeah.
We literally meet copies of the Avengers, Dr. Doom in this.
Yes, we do.
Basically, this is a millennial take on a superhero. It's modern, it's fresh, it's smart. Great pacing, really cool art, especially for like 4 or 5 pages there where there was a mishap with one of her powers. Very cool. And it looks like it's going to... It says one shot. It ends like it's an ongoing.
Yeah, it ends on a bit of a cliffhanger. Kind of
more than that. It says to be continued. It literally says to be continued.
Yeah, but
maybe they're hoping enough people will buy it.
Shot. Maybe they're waiting to see if Marvel will sue them or not.
that is a possibility.
Yeah, but it was a great book, man. If you like that character over at Marvel Comics, you're gonna love this, and you should read it. And I did. I liked America Chavez. I thought she was a cool character.
I thought she was a cool character, and that's all I could think about when I was reading this book is how much they're similar.
Well, it's the same creative team.
It is the same creative team, but I was just like, man, this is too similar.
Well, I mean, like you said, they Marvel pulled the rug out from under them and said, no, you can't do this. So then they're like, well, screw you. We're going to do it somewhere else. I think that's the way comics should work.
It should.
Yeah.
It's like that Second Coming book.
Well, I'm going to talk about Mark Russell in a little while. All right, who's up? Who's up? Whose turn is it?
I think it's my turn.
My turn. Go ahead. Number 2 book.
Negan Lives.
Oh, see, I'm not a Walking Dead guy, so you guys are going to have to just talk about this.
This is it takes place. The story starts to take place after issue 174, where Negan disappears, and this is kind of telling what happens after he disappears. He's living on his own. He basically has.
You make it sound like he moved out of his parents' basement. He's living on his own. Got him a job down at the convenience store.
Well, he's living. He's not living. He's not around any people because you know how he is. He likes being around people. Being around people is what gives him power, the influence. Yeah. So he's not around anybody.
Okay.
And he's basically like mourns Lucille.
His baseball bat with barbed wire.
Yep.
Oh, he's a crazy man.
He is a crazy man.
Dumb.
But this girl named Lucy shows up, and he figures out that she's not alone. Although she's kind of portraying that she's alone, but there's like 2 other guys.
A girl named Lucy.
Named Lucy shows up.
She's got to be a figment of his imagination.
She's not, or at this moment in time, she's not a figment because two
at
other
this
people.
Moment in time,
I can telegraph Kirkman from a freaking mile away. Come on.
2 other people show up to basically rob Negan, and Negan gets the better of them.
He hits him with the girl instead of the bat.
That would have been funny.
He goes up from Lucy.
But they want to see what they want to see the grave, so they make him dig up the grave, and he's telling them that there's nothing in the grave but the baseball bat, and the baseball bat was named after my wife. And they're like, man, this is some stupid shit. And Walker show up.
Thank you. It is some stupid shit. Man,
Walker show up and kill these 2 guys. Negan saves Lucy, and basically after the one guy is bitten by the walker, basically Negan takes a shovel and puts it through his chest.
So is it like the John Belushi ending at Animal House where they live forever, you know?
Well, Negan tells this Lucy girl that he was a terrible person before everything went to shit, and then his wife, he didn't treat his wife very well. He named his baseball bat after his wife, and that was what kept him going. And he says that he wants to go and finally put his wife to rest, because in the series she dies of cancer before the event, or right as the event starts, she dies of cancer.
Oh, okay.
And Negan, what Negan says,
Walking Dead is just boring as hell to me.
What Negan says about it is that he's going to go and find his wife's body and bury her and pay the respects that he should have paid. And he invites this girl Lucy with him. It's not going to be easy, but he invites this girl Lucy with him.
On
a road trip. And, you know, Negan's going to become the senator from Massachusetts and run for president.
You know what I'm talking about. The end of Animal House.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I'm not a fan of The Walking Dead. I'm even less a fan of Negan. It's just weird to me, man. The
Walking Dead definitely ran its course.
It has definitely run its course. The whole zombie thing altogether has been so played out, man.
I'm just done. I've been done with The Walking Dead for years.
Are we up to number 2?
This is my number 2.
I got to do my number 2.
Good.
Yeah.
Do it.
My number 2.
Do it.
Ronan Island, number 12.
Dude, you know it was a light week when one of Adam's top picks is in issue number 12, where he didn't even bother to read the first 11 issues. Greg Pak, though.
He's great, what really got me to read it, though, was the Gio Miligianis or whatever from our G.I. Joe book we read back in the day.
I loved
from IDW.
He's great.
I enjoyed
He was on the Flash too. Remember?
Yeah, he was on the Flash for a little bit.
He was had great arcs on the Flash, dude.
Oh,
he should have been the main guy. Wasn't he the main guy on that book for a while?
Carmine D was. For
that's right. Bit. That's right. Maybe I'm mixing it up. Maybe he was.
He was on it for a little bit.
Okay, all right, good. Go ahead. Sorry.
But yeah, it's really just a fun little action book. It wasn't very heavy on the substance, Greg Pak's script or anything, but it was still fun to see the art. It's fun to see samurais fight giant monsters.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
It's always fun. I think David was actually reading this book.
I was.
Are you still?
I did read issue 12. Yes.
Well, good. Chime in then. We're reviewing comics.
This has been like a story. This has been a story that's been brewing for a while. The Shogun, the guy on the boat that was directing the generals, his troops to fire on the island, is trying to find a place that's safe from the Biogun, which is the giant monsters. The monsters essentially are fungus kind of creatures, like the Last of Us.
They shoot spores.
They shoot spores. The spores infect people and turn them into the creatures.
Oh, gross!
So, there's a little sci-fi horror
So what
thing
what Hannah is trying to do, she's trying to the big creature on the island is ready to spore if it eats more people, and she's trying to drive it or bring it away from the village. And so at the end of it, when it consumes that one guy, and she said, and the village is on fire, or the winds are blowing out to the water, and that's when the shogun and all the people on the boat get infected.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So the story has been that the mainland has been overrun by these creatures, and that people from different nations have come to this island to basically create a culture of refugees. And it's been that way.
They do all that before the monsters, right?
No, they do that. They do that. They live in isolation from the mainland because that's what happened. Was the monsters happened? And
I had a few issues with this under.
They're the inhabitants of the island are like Korean, Japanese, Chinese. They're from all different countries, and they've come together to live on this island in relative safety from the mainland. And then people from the mainland show up. And we're like, there's a shogun.
Big douches.
This is going over like this is like kind of condensing like the 12 issues really quickly. But a general shows up, says that there's a shogun, and that you need to swear loyalty to the shogun, and this issue 12 is the conclusion of that.
But not in your top 3 this week.
No, it wasn't in my top 3 because. I'm used to reading a lot of Marvel books, and I'm used to not reading a lot of DC books. So,
all right, what was your number 2 then?
This would be my number 1, right?
Oh,
yeah, we're at number 1 now, I think.
Or then I should go.
Yeah, you should go.
My number 1 book. Should we do the video?
No, is it your number 2 book?
No, I did my number 2 book. It was that America Comics.
Okay, so Adam did his number.
Yeah, I think
my
we're
number
all caught
3.
Up, except you, David.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Okay. So my number 1 pick.
Well, I'm going to go first with number 1. And then you'll go, and then Adam will go.
Okay.
You've been here the whole time, right? Billionaire Island, number 2 of 4. Ahoy Comics, written by Mark Russell, art by Stephen Pugh. I don't remember Pugh. Prez, Flintstone, Snagglepuss, Second Coming, Wonder Twins, and now this. He's also writing Red Sonja, which is okay. Russell just started writing comics in 2015.
Does a wonderful job with political commentary,
book, right?
Dude, yeah, he did the Flintstones book. He needs something bigger at the big 2. He needs a break.
I don't know, man. His style. I don't know if they'll let him do something.
Now's the perfect time. The winds of change are blowing.
He was doing socially relevant commentary in comic books. I mean, the
Flintstones, that was DC.
That was DC.
Yeah.
Snagglepuss was DC.
Flintstones.
Well, true. Snagglepuss as well was.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah, but how many people are really buying Flintstones and Snagglepuss?
Dude, Gaumer and I were.
I was all over both those books. They were literally.
I know you were, but I mean, compared to
on the very tippy top of the best of the years they came out. So damn good. Billionaire Island is just as good, dude. It's satirical politics as well. Kind of like a funny, humorous take on socially relevant issues. And again, from the same team that did Flintstones a few years ago, Billionaire Island revolves around scumbag billionaires who move to an artificial island in international waters where they can get away with anything. It's called Freedom Unlimited, or FU, which is the first and best joke, recurring through the whole thing. That's just the tip of it, dude. We have a reporter who's been kidnapped to the island and placed in a giant hamster cage with other people this rich asshole got pissed off at. There's like this regular Joe of a character who got screwed over royally by this rich douchebag who is working his way onto the island for revenge. And that's where the first and second issue, take us. Dude, I just love Russell's work so much. He's done it again. He's thoughtful and relevant, and it's sort of meant to push buttons, but it's also meant to make you think a little bit. And it's hilarious. It's funny as hell. So wonderful satire. And we need more of that in comics, and in media overall. We need horror right now is the thing that people are using to tell socially relevant stories.
Horror. They've always used horror.
You're right. But the comedy is done. Mel Brooks, his style of shit, that sort of stuff. You can't do it anymore.
You can't do that anymore.
Monty Python, you can't do that shit anymore.
No, you can't.
And it's wrong. It's wrong. We should be doing that because that's how we grow, dude. That's how we're emotional beings. That's how we grow. And if we are only growing through being scared, which I see as a negative thing in most cases.
Mm-hmm.
It can be eye-opening, but it doesn't help to start the conversation off. Oh, it helps to start a conversation. I think it's easier to start the conversation if it's a positive thing like humor. You know what I mean?
Right.
Look at what fucking Dave Chappelle did with his 8-minute 24 video or whatever it was a couple of weeks ago, you know? He's hitting people hard, pointing, but making these witty little things where it sticks, but it still makes sense. And I don't know. Love this book, Billionaire Island from Ahoy Comics. Best book I read this week. David, what's your number 2? Or number 1? Number one.
Firepower.
Oh, I didn't read that. Either.
Oh my gosh, this is like probably the best book I've read in months.
Wow.
I'm not talking about the free comic book day when I'm talking about this trade that come out too.
Oh, so is that what you read, the volume 1 trade?
I read both the free comic book day book and the volume 1 trade.
See, I didn't know we were allowed to put trades on the list, David.
Well, this
I don't remember going over any rules.
The firepower book has not been out.
That's right.
So this trade is really like a graphic novel, an ongoing graphic novel kind of.
It's the Karate Kid meets Avatar: The Last Airbender.
And yes,
I read it. Now that you're talking about it, I did. Maybe not the whole damn thing, but as far as I remember, the parts I did read really, really fast. Like there's not a lot of word balloons in this.
Oh, there's more storytelling in the art, but but basically,
it's been a while since I read this. I must have had this before quarantine hit, and then it's finally just now being released.
No, I don't think it was talked about.
No, I think I got it early through Outright Geekery. I think I got it early.
Well, the free comic book day book.
No, the trade. I didn't read the free comic book day issue.
I don't think there was the trade came out before the quarantine began.
No, I'm saying that Image Comics sent it to Outright Geekery.
Oh,
for PR.
Ah, I got you now.
I got connections.
You got connections, but the story it's by Kirkman and Chris Samney
all over the place
with Matt Wilson and Bruce Wooten.
Chris Samney, oh my gosh, that dude! He's so damn
good.
Man.
The story revolves around a man named Owen Johnson who travels to a hidden monastery to find out and to get answers about who he is, because apparently he was an orphan, a Chinese orphan, and he was raised by American parents. So he has questions about who he is and where he comes from. So he travels around learning how to fight from other martial art masters. And then he makes his way to this hidden temple because he's learned everything he can from all these other martial art masters. So he goes to the master who taught everybody else to get the answers. And
there's a little bit of Kill Bill in there too.
A little bit of Kill Bill in it.
A little bit.
The artwork is great. A lot of the storytelling is done just through the sequential art.
Nice.
I mean,
that's always a treat, man.
I think
especially in an action book, in an action comic.
I think for almost the first 12 or so pages, there's not even a word bubble.
I did read this book. I just don't remember it. It's been a long time, but that's the main thing I remember from the book.
But
it had to have been before quarantine, dude, before they stopped doing books.
But this is the Owen's journey about learning who he is.
Yeah. So what is this book going to do moving forward? Is it going to be like a monthly release schedule?
The way the free comic book issue is this the free comic book issue takes place 15 years after the events in the trade.
Oh, so the trade is sort of like a zero issue.
The trade is like a prequel.
Nice.
Yes.
But this is going to be like an ongoing monthly.
Yes, it's going to be an ongoing monthly series.
And I like Die, Die, Die. I don't know if I want to put another Kirkman book on my.
But this is if you like
3 or 4 going on.
You're tired of giving him money. He does, man. He's all over the place.
He's everywhere.
If you like Die, 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 definitely pick up this book.
I love Die, Die, Die.
You can get the free if you can still get if you can get the free comic book day book, get it. But I would recommend you pick up this trade.
Nice.
Because it is phenomenal. It's like probably the best thing I've read in months.
Nice. Good. Very, very good critique there from David. He hates everything. So
I do hate everything.
He does.
Adam, number 1 book.
Number uno.
With The Goddamned, The Virgin Brides, issue number 1.
I read this.
Jason Aaron, R.M. Guerrera.
I am not a fan of Bible fan fiction. And that's what this is. It's Bible fan fiction.
It's dark. It is dark Bible fan fiction. I can't even tell you what story this one is telling. Honestly.
Well, they had the Bible verse from Genesis.
They did, but like I don't remember that story.
Angels will lay with women of man, children of man. Dude, it's nuts.
Yeah, so basically, this issue is about these girls who live in this orphanage,
orphanage, pre-Noah flood.
Pre-Noah flood. So everybody is a shitty person, and they are actively shitty to these girls. They're basically slave labor until they become, of age.
Meaning they have their first period.
Yeah, once they have their first period, and then
they're given to the monsters.
They are basically given to the monsters. They are married in quotes, to a husband up in top. There is like a bright,
it's like an angel of the Lord.
So this is the whole Nephilim and all that.
Yes,
kind
this
of
is
deal.
the Nephilim. That's the name,
exactly
dude.
What's going on.
That's the word for it. This book is freaking weird.
So
Jason Aaron is weird.
The art is fantastic.
Oh my god,
it's grotesque, but it's great. It's great. It's just
the art. There is not a single space on the page that is left untouched. It's beautiful. In the grittiest, grimiest. You feel dirty after reading this issue. I felt dirty after reading this issue.
You feel dirty inside and out.
Yeah, awkward, and it's like, oh god, he's right. This was in the Bible.
Jason Aaron's really good at writing scripts like that, and the art just complements it perfectly.
Oh, so perfect. Yeah. The only reason I didn't put this on my top 3 is because I can't get over the fact that it's biblical fan fiction. I don't like that aspect of it at all. You know what I mean? This would be good if it had nothing to do with the Bible at all. It would still be good. Would it be everything that it is? I don't know.
It would be the goddamned.
And it's like, I'm not offended by it.
I'm not offended either. But
it's just, I don't know, dude. It was damn good, though. It was damn good.
I did not pick this up.
I wanted to mention Unprecedented, and I pretty much knew Adam was going to put this on his list. But this would have made my list at number 3 if I didn't throw Unprecedented on there. But it was cool, dude. Man, did you read the first Goddamned series?
Yeah, I did. The first one was it was really good.
Yeah, I read that. It was pretty good.
Yeah. I think this Jason Aaron guy may be going places.
Oh, yeah.
He might be. Maybe they should give him Thor or something like that.
Now that he's done like 5 years of Thor, he might be going somewhere. Yeah. I don't know. His Avengers run is kind of...
It's all over. It feels like they're never going to get anywhere.
I know.
You know what I mean?
He just keeps introducing new chess pieces, but none of them are doing anything.
Here's some vampire shit. Oh, here's some space alien shit. Oh, we live in a giant celestial being.
Let's just keep introducing new existential threats, but let's
Blade's here for some reason.
Any of them.
Hey, you know who else is cool? Moon Knight. Now he's on the team.
No,
I like a Ghost Rider. I'm going to throw him on. What the hell, Jason Aaron? I remember when that run was going on previously, but it was also the Justice League run going on, the great one by Snyder and Capullo, and they had other artists in there. Dude, that Justice League run was for real. But for somehow, the Avengers run kept up with it. Even though all this terrible, like you said, it was just all over the place. It still just had enough of a hook on every issue to keep me going.
I mean, it's good. It's just it needs to resolve something.
Yeah,
something needs to happen.
Yeah, maybe there's got to be an Avengers event coming that's going to do something.
You would imagine you would imagine that's what it's building up to. But
are these the Avengers that are going to be in space for Empire? Ghost Rider and freaking Blade?
Yeah, they
Stupid.
were in space in like the last arc.
Oh, they were, and Black Widow had like her own Iron Man.
Yeah, you remember like
was...
the man thing was like Blade's mask and breathing for him. It was dumb shit.
baby. Is it baby man thing? What do they call it?
I don't know what
child thing, boy thing,
boy thing,
stupid
something like that.
That sounds terrible. I know, David.
It sounds terrible.
It does. Boy thing sounds terrible.
Boy thing.
All right, well, we're done. That's a wrap, gentlemen. We did it again. Third time is a habit. So, new format. Let us know if you like it. Leave a comment on Facebook. Thanks most of all to you all for listening. If you like the show, check out more of the stuff we do. OutrightGeekery.com, Facebook.com/OutrightGeekery.
We're getting better.
We're getting better. We have a slew of other podcasts. The Comic Book Bullies.
Like 8.
You're like 8. Comic Book Bullies. That's Eli and Leroy talking pop culture with their own, attitude.
It is so good.
It's a great show.
The last 2 episodes have really killed it.
So great. Geek Savs. Eli's over there with the other Native Nerds. That is a pop culture and comic book or nerd stuff with a Native American slant. Love that show. Are we even doing Instruments of Destruction anymore? We're gonna have to have a long talk about figuring out.
They're gonna have to start making books again.
I know, and the books they put out are garbage, dude. G.I. Joe is the only one. The show is supposed to be about Transformers. The Galaxy's book is terrible. The main book, I don't even. It's like every time I get a copy, I'm like, oh god, I gotta slog through this. We'll talk about it. We'll have to figure something.
We'll talk about it.
We'll figure something. But
we could always talk about the toys and stuff,
right? We also got Get Valiant all the time. We've got Riddle of Steel, our official Conan podcast. We got the Wrestling Council. All they talk about on there is professional wrestling. What the hell else we got? No, we got more. Oh, we got Creators Corner that shows up right here on the Facebook channel.
Okay, Boomer
on the Facebook channel where they just talk about an old comic. Love that show too. Those old farts. So great. But yeah, we got that and maybe some more coming. Maybe we'll swap some out. I don't know. We'll have to figure something out.
Changing roster.
I really hate the idea of canceling Instruments of Destruction, but I also really hate the idea of us reviewing those terrible books. Because we're doing is crapping over.
I don't think we should outright cancel it. We should just make it a special one shot every once in a while
for This Geek in Comics.
That's
a great idea.
just have like a quarterly Instruments of Destruction.
That's a great idea.
I love that idea. At least keep the pilot light on.
You know what is good about Transformers?
Speaking of pilot light,
dope toys recently announced. So many good toys.
Have you seen that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one?
Yes. What? Great series coming at the end of the month. We got the Netflix series coming. I'm stoked for that.
That Flame Toys Optimus Prime, the
see-through one. Oh, dude,
he looked really cool.
That thing's gonna be $80 minimum. Minimum. There's no way
it could be $80.
Probably double.
$80.
It could be $400 for all we know.
Well, maybe it's lax. It's for
Flame Toys.
Right.
Transformers. They go from anywhere from $40 to $400.
The Tarn I want is like $400 still. Not the Transformer one, just the figure. Oh, me too, dude. Me too. Anyway, that's gonna be a wrap on it. But also want to thank you guys for hanging out and doing the show. It's been great.
Yeah, thank you. It's always fun.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. We're going to do it again next week.
Always here to talk shit.
Same geek time, same geek channel.
Yeah. I'm going to end it here in a second, guys.